Welcome to the deep dive. We are jumping straight into one of the really big questions reshaping education today. When you're striving to master English, can AI, actually replace a human teacher? I mean, the reality is for millions of learners, the classroom is sort of moving online to the cloud.
Right.
We're seeing this major shift towards things like smart tutors, chatbots, voice assistants. It's a huge trend.
It really is, driven by convenience, access.
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack the sources. We're looking particularly at insights from the Echo Minds podcast by Abdullah Al-Sultan and really lay out a clear analysis.
Okay.
What essential tools do you gain? And maybe more importantly, what irreplaceable things do you risk losing when you swap a person for like a personalized algorithm? We really want to figure out the best path forward for someone learning English right now.
And it's such a timely discussion, because the capability of these AI language tools, it's evolving so fast, faster than many schools or teachers can even keep up with. Abdullah Al-Sultan pointed out in Echo Minds that this isn't just about efficiency. It gets to the very nature of communication itself.
That's deep.
It is. So we need to understand the mechanics of this shift, like right now, especially since these AI tools are just becoming, well, seamless parts of how people learn digitally.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We have to start with the why. Why are English learners flocking to technology like this? Before we get into any downsides, what are the specific advantages drawing people in? What makes AI seem like this irresistible new tutor?
Well, the primary draw is just undeniable utility, right, plus accessibility.
Okay.
If you look at the core strengths, AI fills gaps that, well, traditional human teaching often struggles with, mostly because of limits on time and, bandwidth.
Okay, so let's start with the immediate stuff, the quick wins.
First and foremost, instant feedback. This is huge.
Oh, right.
If you're a busy learner, you want quick correction. Grammar, vocab, sentence structure, waiting 24 hours for a teacher to mark something, or just for your weekly session, it kind of kills the momentum. Totally.
AI delivers that immediate objective correction, like right then and there, which helps understanding stick right when you make the mistake.
Yeah, that instant gratification. It's powerful, almost addictive. But I wonder, does that instant feedback always mean deeper understanding? Or is it just quick fixes on the surface?
That's a fair question. It is designed for efficiency, and for those surface-level mechanical tasks, it's pretty much unbeatable.
Okay.
Which brings us nicely to the second strength, really focused pronunciation practice.
Oh, yeah, the accent reduction tools and things.
Exactly. AI tools excel at that kind of mechanical drilling. A chatbot or a voice assistant, it can analyze your sounds, your phones, down to the millisecond.
Wow.
It can run the same tricky drill, say differentiating between ship and sheep, 100 times, over and over, with perfect consistency.
And no human teacher, no matter how patient or dedicated, can possibly match that sheer volume of consistent, tireless repetition.
Absolutely not. And that leads straight into the third strength, which I think might be the biggest emotional draw.
Endless patience. A human teacher has limits, right? Emotional energy, their own schedule. An AI, it operates infinitely. No judgment. So for a learner who maybe needs 50 reps to get a concept down, that freedom, the ability to fail again and again without feeling guilty or needing to apologize, that's a major, major factor in keeping motivation up.
That really does sound like the ultimate efficient learning machine. It's designed to take away the anxiety of making mistakes. But here's maybe a challenge to that. Does that lack of human judgment remove something necessary?
Like what?
Like, don't we sometimes need that little bit of human friction? That accountability, or even that, slight frustration that motivates you to push past a tough spot.
That's an excellent point. And the sources do suggest that while that patience is great for beginners, maybe it could foster a kind of dependency.
Right.
It might prevent the learner from building up their own resilience. You're essentially just having a functional data exchange with the AI. But that said, for sheer repetition and getting the mechanics right, these AI tutors are, well, the gold standard right now. They respect your time and your need for repetition better than any traditional method can.
So if AI handles the mechanics, the drilling, the speed so perfectly, what's the danger? What if you achieve technical perfection but never really grasp the why?
Exactly.
And this is where it gets really interesting, I think. What are the sources telling us that human teachers offer that AI just can't replicate?
Right. This is the crucial counterbalance, and it really outlines the limits of technology when it comes to actual communication. Human teachers bring three unique, irreplaceable things. Let's start with culture.
Okay, culture. How does that play out?
Well, language doesn't exist in a vacuum, does it? It's tied so deeply to context, customs, local slang, idioms, understanding different worldviews.
Right.
And AI can process data about culture. It can tell you the definition of sarcasm, for example,
Yeah.
but it fundamentally struggles to convey that organically or, use it appropriately in a spontaneous, real conversation.
Can you give a concrete example? Where does it fail?
Okay, think about politeness levels. Formality.
Mm-hmm.
In some cultures, being very direct is fine, even polite. In others, it's seen as really rude, and AI can translate, I need that report now, no problem.
Sure.
But only a human teacher can really role-play the nuance. Explain why you might use a passive voice or a softening phrase like, I was wondering if. Or use indirect language to show respect in a specific work setting.
Oh.
That cultural understanding. It's not just data you can transfer, it's lived experience, it's intuition.
Because language lives in the real shared human world, not just inside an algorithm. So if you learn some complex phrase from an AI, you get the dictionary meaning, but you miss the shared history or feeling behind why people say it that way.
Precisely. And that leads us right to the second missing piece, emotion. You mentioned the why earlier. Learning a language involves this really nuanced layer. Researchers call it the affective layer.
The affective layer.
Oh.
Okay, that sounds a bit academic. Can you break that down for us?
Sure. Basically, the affective layer is just that crucial emotional side of communication.
Got it.
It includes things like your motivation, your attitude towards the language or the people who speak it, and crucially, how you interpret subtle emotional cues, tone of voice, facial expressions, body language.
Things that can totally change the meaning of what's said.
Completely. A human teacher can sense when you're motivated or when you feel stuck. They can share in your successes, pick up on your hesitation. And AI, it can't genuinely share that emotional journey or provide that kind of tailored motivation.
Right. A machine can tell me my grammar was correct, but a human can see the look on my face and know I'm actually, terrified to use that phrase in a real conversation. That connection.
Yeah.
That seems vital.
And that brings us to the third and maybe the most important factor, connection. The whole mentorship aspect of teaching.
Right.
Teaching, at its core, it's a relationship. It's about personalized support, guidance. It goes way beyond just a functional exchange of information or data. A human mentor adapts how they teach, not just based on your mistakes, but on your personality, your goals, even your underlying anxieties about learning. They can offer encouragement that feels genuinely empathetic because it is.
Okay, so we've got this really clear split emerging.
Yeah.
AI seems to handle mechanics, pronunciation, grammar, the fast drilling with incredible precision and endless patience.
Yeah.
But humans handle the meaning, the context, and that crucial emotional anchor.
That's it.
And without that human element, you risk creating someone who's technically fluent, but maybe culturally and emotionally a bit
Tone deaf.
That's the core synthesis we're getting from the source material. Yeah. It's really the difference between, say, fluency and true proficiency.
Explain that difference.
Well, fluency can be seen as just mechanical correctness, using the grammar and words right. Proficiency, that's the ability to actually navigate complex social situations effectively using the language, understanding the subtext, the culture, the emotion. Okay, that makes sense. So what does all this mean for someone trying to learn English today? Do you have to pick? Is it like human or machine, winner take all?
No, absolutely not. The sources really push back against that idea. They steer the conversation strongly away from competition and towards intelligent synergy.
Synergy, okay.
The future of effective English learning, based on the sources we looked at, seems to be defined entirely by collaboration. We have to see these tools as partners, not rivals.
Right. Okay, so this is the key practical takeaway for you, the listener. The best results, the fastest progress, it comes from finding smart ways to combine AI and human learning.
Yes.
Ways that respect both your time and your need for that deeper understanding.
We need to be strategic about it. Use the AI for the high volume, lower stakes stuff.
Like what specifically?
Like using AI for consistent drilling, quick grammar checks, getting comfortable with basic conversational practice when you're maybe alone or traveling or just need reps without pressure.
Okay, the grunt work almost.
Kind of, yeah. And then you save your human interaction time for the lower volume but higher stakes application.
Ah, okay. Makes sense.
Exactly. Save your time with a human teacher or conversation partner for discussing complex things. Cultural nuances, maybe political topics if relevant. Developing critical thinking through debates.
Things that require real understanding and back and forth.
Right. Practicing nuanced communication, like negotiation or handling disagreements. Situations where those subtle emotional cues and cultural understandings really matter.
So the big picture vision is crystal clear then.
Sure.
Use the specific strengths of both tools. AI for the precision, the endless repetition.
The mechanics.
And humans for the critical application, the cultural context, and that vital human connection that actually makes language meaningful in the first place.
That sums it up perfectly. To just reiterate that core dichotomy we explored, AI gives you the patience and nails the mechanics. Human teachers provide the culture, the critical context, the relationship, the connection, the really effective learner. They're going to leverage both, maximize the efficiency AI offers, but make sure they maintain that depth from human interaction.
So if the goal is faster, more meaningful progress through this kind of strategic collaboration, we want to leave you with one final thought to maybe chew on.
Okay.
How can you strategically audit your current learning routine based on what you actually want to achieve?
Good question.
Like if your main goal is professional networking in a new country, but you're currently spending, say, 80% of your study time drilling grammar with an AI tutor because it's efficient.
Right.
Are you actively ensuring you're also getting enough real human connection and cultural depth to actually succeed in those high-stakes networking situations?
Yeah, that balance is key.
That precise balance, finding your right mix. That seems to be where true mastery really lies.
Well said.
That's been our deep dive into the strategic collaboration between AI and human teachers in English learning. We definitely encourage you to explore the original source material from Echo Minds by Abdullah Al-Sultan further if this sparked your interest. Until next time.